Welcome to this Qigong routine for depression. I'm Nick Loffrey. Qi means energy, Gong means skill. We're going to transform the energy of depression in the body rather than working with depression as a story in the mind. So we'll use breathing, posture, visualization, and movement to transform the energy of depression into vitality, courage, and optimism, as well as guarding against future bouts of depression. Let's begin with the feet under the shoulders. We're going to start with a little deep breathing. So we'll just bring our hands over the lower abdomen. You can even start seated if you like. And just start taking some slow, deep breaths through your nose. And we're trying to breathe deeply enough that we feel the belly and the hands move a little bit with those breaths. So you feel the lower abdomen expand and contract with the breath. Typically when we are depressed, our breath is very shallow and weak. So we're going to train it to be deep and slow, full breaths, all the way down to the lower abdomen, training the diaphragm to move more fully to a full, healthy breath that encourages full, healthy energy. As you do this practice, just allow these expansive views of the desert here in Sedona where this was filmed. Let these expansive views help to open your mind to possibility. Let's take one hand up to the chest. We're going to do a practice called wave breathing. As we inhale, we're going to let the lower abdomen fill up first, and then let that breath rise up through the ribs and chest. As we exhale, exhale from the chest first, and then from the ribs, and then from the belly. So it's a wave of breath. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale from the chest, ribs, belly. Do a couple more on your own speed. Slow and deep. Depression often lives in the chest, so we'll be using some Chinese medicine techniques in this practice to work with the qi, or vital energy, of the lungs. Let's go into our first movement exercise. This is called knocking on the door of life. We basically just turn from our hips, let our hands slap across the belly and the lower back area. You can see I'm trying to come up to my low back, so I'm not hitting myself in the butt or the hips. My hand is basically coming up to the height of the navel. And this just helps wake up your energy. You have your adrenal glands back here. We give them a little stimulation. Helps make a little more energy available to the body, so we have more energy to move and practice with. We also give our spine a nice little twist here. This just helps get some of the tension out of the body. And then that front hand, we're going to come up to the chest. And just use a light fist to knock your chest just below your collarbone. Here we have some acupressure points that work on the qi, the energy of the lungs. In Chinese medicine, the lungs are where depression tends to live. You'll notice when we are depressed, our chest caves in typically. So we want to fill up the chest with qi. Then we're going to come over the shoulder, use a cupped hand to slap the top of the shoulder in between the shoulder and neck. That area that most people really like to get massaged. We can just break up some tension and energy stagnation there as well. And this helps to clear brain fog or a sort of confused, muddy thinking. Come back to the chest. And the lower abdomen. Relax into this one we call waterways. We just slow down a little bit and just let the hands comb the air around us as though we were standing in a lake, combing the surface of the lake with the fingers. Relax back to the center. Take a deep breath. Now make fists and start to knock on your sternum, that bone in the center of your chest. You're going to go up and down, top to bottom, We're going to let out a few sighing breaths, breathing out the mouth and in the nose. Take a big breath. We're going to hold the breath at the top, and then we'll let it out with a big sigh. Again, in the nose, hold the breath at the top, and then a sigh. Then we'll come down the inside of one arm and up the outside. You can either knock with a closed fist or slap with an open palm, whichever feels better. This is just helping break up any stagnation in our lymphatic fluid or our Qi, our energy lines, the meridians. Come down the inside of the other arm and up the outside. Depression tends to come with a lot of stagnation. So I want to make sure that things that have stagnated like a swamp can begin to flow smooth and clear and strong like a river. Let's go back to the chest. One more big breath in with a breath hold. And then a big sigh. Let it out. Brush it off. Come to the armpit. Slap downwards from the armpit down to the hip. And the other side. Armpit to hip. Lots of lymph nodes here that are good to keep clear. And opening the liver and gallbladder and heart meridians here for our acupressure. Give that a shake. Let's come to the lower back. Give your low back a tap with the fists. Going up and down from the tailbone to the lower back area. Then with open palm, slap down the back of your legs and up the inside of the legs. Come around your hips, back of the legs, inside of the legs, and relax. Good job. Feel your body pause. You might feel a little lingering buzz. This next one, we'll take it nice and wide. We're going to reach the hands up together. Fold forward from the hips. Find a little stretch in your hamstrings. And then just roll back up. Reach your hands up. This one is called the elephant. Fold forward from the hips. Straight legs, straight spine. As you get to the bottom, let things round. We have soft knees, soft spine. Reach up, even a little arch back there at the top. And then a little stretch. So again, we just want to make sure that stagnation gets out of the body. And part of that means stretching, just making sure our body is loose and limber so that energy, blood, and fluid can all move freely. Transform those swamps into rivers. Let's inhale as we roll up. Nice long exhale as you come down. And then we'll hold at the bottom. Just hold the posture, not the breath. Keep breathing. Just hold a stretch. Wherever you feel the stretch is fine. We're going to roll back up. Place your hands on your thighs near your knees. And just give yourself a little spinal twist. Looking over one shoulder, pushing off a thigh. Nice deep breath here. And then over to the other side. We're just again wringing that stagnation out of the body. Other side, again, once more each side. In Qigong, we don't see emotions as only in the brain or in the mind and thoughts. We see them as all throughout the body, as much science is now starting to verify. Let's go the other direction. One more. Back to the center. Very good. Bring your arms around in front of you. Sink down for what we call horse stance. You're going to turn to your right and draw a bow. Come to the center like your arms hold a tree. Turn to your left and draw a bow and arrow. So each time we come to the center, we make the arms around like we're hugging a tree. Then we turn, draw a bow. Your left fist pulls back here, like you're drawing the bowstring. And the hand that goes out away from you, you're going to touch your thumb over your pinky and ring finger. Your first two fingers extend. We call this the sword hand. And it's like you're just piercing through the air with that sword hand or that arrowhead. Let's use our breath. Inhale, center. And exhale as we draw the bow and pierce with the sword. Inhale, hug the tree. Exhale, draw the bow. So move some energy through our lungs and chest, helping to transform depression into inspiration and courage. Come to the center, press yourself up. Step your feet back about shoulder width. You can give yourself a little shake. Feel your body. And from here, we're going to cross the arms over each other, swinging them back and forth as we lean forward, giving ourselves a little bounce from our knees. And then swing the arms up over, make fists. Draw the fists down like we're doing a chin-up. Flip the fists over, draw them down further, and crunch the abdomen. We're going to inhale up. Exhale with a sigh as you draw down. Flip the fists and crunch the abdomen. So this is to dispel stagnant qi. Come up, inhale. Exhale with a sigh. All the way down. Then we're going to repeat. Take an inhale. Exhale with this sound. Like a long letter S. When you run out of breath, inhale up. Exhale the sound ha, and ho. Repeat, inhale. Once more, inhale. Good. Those sounds help to disperse stagnant qi from the lungs, heart, and stomach and liver. Let's give ourselves a shake. Just shake the whole body. Give yourself a little bounce. Again, just trying to move anything stagnant, whether it's blood, lymphatic fluid, cerebral spinal fluid, or even our qi. We shake it clear of the muscles, shaking all the tension and stagnation out of the body. Here you can continue some sighing breaths. Sighing as you shake, just releasing tension and stagnation. And come back to stillness and just take a deep breath and just notice how you feel. Find that stance, feet, toes pointing forward, about shoulder width. We're just going to enter the flow here. Entering this moving meditation we do with deep breathing. So let's take a slow inhale through the nose as we lift the hands up to shoulder height. Exhale through the nose as you drop the hands down. We're going to breathe entirely through the nose for the whole rest of this practice. So inhale up. Exhale down. And if you find this breath is too slow for you, you feel like you're breathing too slowly and it's uncomfortable, you can make the movement a little quicker and match the breath to that movement. But try to breathe and move as slowly as you can comfortably. This starts to signal to the nervous system that we're shifting states to a healing, calm, rejuvenative state. Helps to repair damage in the nervous system and the body, and begins to transform our energy from negative to positive in all the ways that matter. Now we're going to come up, find that holding the tree position again. Arms are around like you're hugging a tree. Elbows are dropped a little lower than your hands. Hands are about chest height. We're going to turn to our right and find that drawing the bow motion again. This time, the hand going out is just an open palm. We come back to the tree, turn left, right hand draws a fist back to the shoulder, left hand goes out with an open palm. And on this one, we're not pressing quite as far, so we're not looking for the feeling of a stretch. You're going just up right before the feeling of a stretch. So it stays relaxed here. Inhale back to the tree. Exhale as you gently turn and draw the bow. Inhale back to the tree. Exhale, draw the bow. Again, moving energy through and across the chest, through the lungs, lightening the energy in the lungs. You might even imagine like you're standing on a mountaintop, looking out over a vast landscape. Breathing that fresh, clear mountain air, brisk and invigorating. Cool and light into the lungs. Come to the center and we'll press down. Pause and feel your Qi. Then we're going to float up again. And open the arms like the wings of a bird. Flip your palms face up, touch your thumbs and first fingers together as we float the hands back forward in front of the chest. Turn the palms face down as we open back up the wings. Open back up the finger and thumb. Then close thumb and first finger as we sink the chest and hips back, closing the wings. Inhale, bring your chest forward. Weight shifts forward a little bit. Exhale, sink your chest back, shift your weight back to your heels. Inhale again through the nose, all our breath is happening. Exhale through the nose. This one is called the white crane soaring. We use white as the healing color for the lungs, representing that lightness, briskness, like the clouds in the sky. Inhale, open the lungs. Exhale, as we touch the thumb and first finger, we close the lung channel, the acupuncture channel, sealing that lung energy in. In fact, acupuncture along this meridian can serve as a great aid to this Qigong practice if you're suffering from depression. Seeing a qualified acupuncturist, especially one who can also prescribe herbs and perhaps even dietary changes, can really help you with this process of transforming depression into courage and optimism. Bring the hands into the chest now, palms face towards your lungs. And we'll imagine that we're shining white light into the chest and into the lungs with our hands. Like we've reached out to the white clouds of the sky and are shining their white light into the lungs. The lungs fill up with this white light and shine it back outwards into the hands and into the space around you. You radiate this white light. You radiate courage, optimism, determination, righteousness. And then you bring it down, the hands one on top of the other, folded. Palms are face up, a few inches below the navel. And just feel your breath nice and deep, going all the way down to the lower abdomen again, just like when we started. As we're rooting this Qi of the lungs, this white light, deep into the body. Then we'll float one hand out to the side, up by the forehead, and come down in a straight line back to the lower abdomen. Switch the hands, a little circle out to the side, inhaling. And exhale in a straight line down the center of the body, back below the abdomen. Inhale to circle. And exhale, drawing down. And here you might imagine like you're just reaching out and gathering your power, your self-determination from anywhere that you've leaked or lost it. Maybe you've given too much of your power to relationships, to what other people say or think, to media or social media, to habits or addictions. Bring your power back to yourself, back to your center, back to your place of inner wisdom, compassion, and power. Back to who you truly are. Back to your center. And we'll fold the hands again, one over the other, palms face up, and now we'll touch the tips of the thumbs together. This is called the monk holding the pearl. You can imagine your crown of your head lifted up towards the sky, the tailbone sinking towards the earth, and just continue to breathe to the lower abdomen, just like when we started. Again, anchoring the qi of the lungs deep in the body, anchoring our courage and determination into our place of vitality here. We call the lower dantian, or the elixir field of the belly. We'll fold the hands over the lower abdomen, step our feet in close together, and still imagining our crown of our head floating towards the sky like the leaves of a tree reaching towards the light. We'll allow the rest of the body to melt away from the crown, let the muscles melt off the bones, and begin to allow your body to become so soft that it rocks and sways like a tree moving in a gentle breeze. Just rock and sway. Here we just practice letting go. Being aware of our body and breath, and even just allowing ourselves to be aware of our emotions or our thoughts or our feelings without trying to change them. We'll step back out and begin to circle the belly. This helps to gather our qi again to this lower anchor point so that we stick with this positive energy. Just imagine that any good energy you've cultivated is getting anchored below the navel. We'll pause there for a breath or two. And then bring our hands up in a prayer position. And just set an intention. Anywhere we'd like to go with this energy we've built. An intention for our day or evening. And let it go with a big sigh. Let that energy spread through your body. And now go spread it around. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time.